Demo teaching.
Good morning, class. Before we will start our discussion, kindly stand up for a prayer. And Miss Antonio, kindly lead the prayer for the class. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. So once again, good morning, class. Before you take your seats, kindly pick up the pieces of paper, candy wrappers around you, and kindly arrange your chairs properly and fix yourself. At the count of 10, I want everybody are cleared and seated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, please keep those unnecessary things under your chairs. Okay, very good. Let's check your attendance first. Say present if I call your last name. Antonio, Bukoy, De La Cruz, Francisco, Garcia, Montefalco. Okay, very good. Kindly give 5 claps for the class for your perfect attendance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Before we will start our next topic, let's have some recap first about what we discussed last meeting. So, last time we tackled about quadratic equation. Who can state the meaning of quadratic equation and its in standard form? Anyone from the class? Yes, Mr. Garcia. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. So, okay. A quadratic equation is any equation that can be formed as where x represents an unknown and a and b and c are real numbers, where a is not equal to 0. Very good. So, what if in the given equation, a is equal to 0? What kind of equation is that? That's right. Thank you, Miss Francisco. If a is equal to 0, that equation is linear. Very good. So, do you have any questions about this topic? Okay. I need 2 volunteers from the class to list all the perfect squares from perfect square number from 1 to 400. Anyone from the class? Okay, Miss Antonio. And Mr. De La Cruz. Okay, very good. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you, Miss Antonio and Mr. De La Cruz. And you may now take your seat. So, though these are the numbers listed by your classmate, these are all perfect square. Very good. So, now, let's have a game. I have here a 10 flashcard. So, you will be grouped into 4 according to your row where you were seated. I will give each leader a flag and you will going to race if you know the answer. The group with the highest score is declared the winner. So this game is what we call flash flags. The objective of this game is to identify the square root of the numbers or terms that have been flashed. Is everything cleared? Okay, then let's start the game. What is the square root of 16? Okay, very good, group 4. It's 4. So next, what is the square root of 289? Yes, group 2. Very good. 17 is the square root of 289. Next is, what is the square root of 121? Very good, group 3. It's 11. Very good. Next, what is the square root of 81? Yes, group 4. It's 9. Next, What is the square root of 225? Yes, group 3, it's 15. The square root of 225 is 15. Next, what is the square root of 361? Yes, group 4 got the correct answer. It's 19. Next is, what is the square root of 144? Yes, group 1 got the correct answer. It's 12. Very good. Last 3, what is the square root of 2? Yes, very good, group 4. You got the correct answer. The square root of 2 is 1.41 and 42. Next, last 2. What is the square root of 11? Yes, group 3. You got the correct answer. It's 3.3166. Then last one. What is the square root of 20? Yes, group 4, you got the correct answer. It's 4.4729. Okay, the winner of the game with the highest score is the group number 4. Give them a round of applause, please. Good job, guys. Did you enjoy the game, class? Okay, based on the game that we played, what do you think is our lesson for today? Yes, Mr. Montefalco. Square root? Okay, good answer. Is there any answers from the class? Yes, Miss Antonio. Very good. It's about extracting the square roots. Since our lesson we discussed last time is about quadratic equation, now we will going to learn how to solve quadratic equation by extracting the square roots. Very good. So now, let us move to our lesson proper. So a quadratic equation is, in one variable, is a mathematical sentence of degree 2 that can be written in the following standard form: ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. In this equation, ax squared is the quadratic term with the degree of 2. Bx is the linear term with the degree of 1, and c is the constant term with the degree of 0. When b is equals to 0, in the equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, the result is a quadratic equation of the form ax squared plus c is equals to 0. For example, ax squared minus 16 is equals to 0, 25x squared minus 81 is equals to 0, 5x squared minus 50 is equals to 0. Furthermore, when c is equals to 0, the quadratic equation is reduced to ax squared plus bx is equals to 0. That is, in x squared plus 3x is equals to 0 and 5x squared minus x is equals to 0. There is no constant term. So, c is equals to 0. In solving quadratic equation, we can apply the following methods. So, first is the extracting the square roots. Second is factoring. Third is completing the square. And last, the using of quadratic formula. So, but for now, we will be focusing on the first method, which is solving quadratic equation by extracting square roots. Okay? So, solving quadratic equations by extracting square roots. Remember when it was mentioned that a quadratic equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0 may have b is equals to 0 such that ax squared plus c is equals to 0. In other words, since c could be any constant, then ax squared is equals to 0. And if a is equals to 1, the quadratic equation is further reduce 2x squared equals to 0. Recall square roots. In order to solve quadratic equation, by extracting square roots, the equation must be written in the form x squared is equals to 0. Before extracting the square roots of the left and right sides of the said equation so as to have the equation balanced. So let's inspect the given examples. So x squared is equals to 9 is written in a quadratic equation in the form of x squared is equals to z, where where we extract the square roots of the left and right sides, then it became the possible values satisfy the quadratic equation. So to check the solved values, substitute both positive 3 and negative 3 in the given equation. Also, remember that a negative number does not have a square root. Do you understand, class? Okay, let's continue. So, number 2, x squared minus 25 is equals to 0. So, this is written in a quadratic equation in the form of x squared plus c is equals to 0. And by addition property of equality, we transit the negative 25 to the right and becomes positive 25. And we extract the square root of the left and the right sides. And the possible values that will satisfy the quadratic equation is x is equals to positive and negative 5. Okay, class, is everything clear? Do you have any questions or clarifications? Okay, since no more questions and clarification, I want you to choose a partner and I will give you two quadratic equations and then you will be going to find the roots of each of it. After that, we'll call volunteers to discuss their answers in front of the class. Are we clear, class? Okay. The first quadratic equation is x squared minus 121 is equals to 0. And the next is 3 over 4 h is equals to 6. Okay, I will give you 5 minutes to finish this work. Very good, class. Do you have any clarifications regarding in this topic? Questions? Okay. Next meeting, be prepared for the short quiz about this lesson. And the quiz is too easy, class. And also, have an advanced study about solving quadratic equations by applying factoring method. Okay. You can use your math books at home or you can also search from the internet for more information. Okay, that's all for today, class. Goodbye and see you around class. I hope everyone in the class have learned a lot about today's discussion. Once again, goodbye, class.
Thank you for watching.